Hey guys, it's Scott here and welcome to today's Road to Glory update video where, for the first time in a while, I'm actually going to be telling you stuff about the series, how I went from this team to this team in the space of about 2 weeks. Now, I know it's been a while since I've done one of these update videos and I wanted to catch people up on how the Road to Glory was progressing, what kind of players we were looking at, what we have in our team, and how we've got from point A to point B, because I know that without daily updates and everything, people that can't watch hours and hours of streaming may not understand how our team is looking and how it's progressing. So sorry about the fact that there haven't been tons and tons of updates, but I would like to do those more regularly, starting with this one where you can see that I wanted Messi. Now this was probably so I had Messi for the Weekend League just gone, not the one that is currently happening, but the one that was just that happened last week, where the connection issues were worse than they've ever been. People were playing against people all over the world, and they had to extend the Weekend League by a day. It was that bad. So I wanted Messi for that Weekend League, and I realised if I basically, for the first time this year, completely and utterly gutted my club, I could afford the dude. So what I did was I first went through and sold all of the stuff on my transfer list and everything like that, and I wanted to go from Okocha and Kyle Walker at right back to Semedo and Messi, as you can see right there. That was the plan. And I was going to do that by basically selling everything, getting my FUT Champs rewards, Div Rival rewards, etc. Because I didn't really realise until I looked in my club just how much value I had, even in just a couple of players that are sat there costing 83, 84, 85 rateds. But then also, you can see here, I basically wanted to update you guys every 100,000 coins that I made. You can see at this point, all of the silvers that I had in my club that were worth basically more than 300 coins, gone. And you get someone like this guy that's 3,500 coins randomly. Happy days. So at this point, I gutted all silvers, all valuable bronzes, and all consumables, whether it be chem stars, position modifiers, training cards, etc, etc. I basically got rid of it all in order to get this Messi, including shadows for like 15k, which is just ridiculous how they cost that much now. But hey, they make a massive difference to your players and your team, I guess, so fair enough. But yeah, so this was me getting to over 700,000 coins. Now, the next update should be, boom, 800,000 coins right there. So again, this is when I started to have to dip into the players in my club. So you can see I got rid of a couple of informs. The only 83 plus players that I had in my club that were not in my team, obviously, I got rid of them. And then some other randomly sort of valuable players, such as like that Jorge Mere players in the marquee matchups, all of that good stuff. You can see we're still selling a couple of bronzes and silvers at this point, and then a couple of golds. But this is how we got to the 800,000 coin mark. So we were just progressing and selling and selling and selling. I did this over the course of I don't even know, like 6+ hour stream a week and a half ago, where we were just getting Messi, right? And we were kept checking his price and checking our club. And at this point, we were 150,000 coins away from the GOAT himself. Then, what I did was I went and picked up my FUT Champs rewards. Now, obviously, I'd already picked up my Div Rivals coins. This was the first 100k pack of 2, obviously, for finishing Gold 1. You also get 50,000 coins. This was the second one. So, no massive players. However, we did get some, like, for example, Saul is like 10 or 15k because he's an 85. So, this then bumped us up by selling all of those guys to 900,000 coins. I also got rid of Alex Tellez from my team because I realized at this point I can use my inform Kyle Walker left back on 7 chem, and that will be better than Alex Tellez on 10 chem, his normal card. So that bumped me up to 900,000 coins, still with all of these to sell. Now, a lot of these came from those FUT Champs rewards, pretty much all of them, and the rest of them were basically the last few golds that I had in my club that I thought either match marquee matchups or would cost enough for me to warrant selling them. So All of these guys, if they're non-rares, are like 450 coins absolute minimum, other than that one last guy, and then a couple of other tradables. These guys I held on to because I thought they were going to be marquee matchups later on that day, and it turns out they were, and I actually sold them for like double the coins I bought them for. But this was the moment. We see a Messi for 951k with a Hunter, and there he is. The GOAT is in our squad. So that was an absolutely amazing moment for me to be able to just say, I have Messi, finally. And I then obviously went to buy myself a Nelson Semedo, obviously to put him at right back in behind Messi. And then I'll show you what the team was at that point. Here you go. So Messi and Semedo went in on the right-hand side. Kyle Walker at left-back, Widge in the middle, etc., etc. So that was our squad. And we got Gold 1 again. Again, like I said earlier, connection issues were the worst they've been all year. So, I thought I wanted to mix things up a little bit. I saw this Footmas Mendy, and I committed. I committed to going for him. I don't know what it was inside me. I just feel like I wanted a bit of a change in my team in the defense area. And so these are the players that I submitted. Now, I do have to apologize because for some reason, I don't know whether I accidentally deleted it, because I know I definitely recorded it, but I cannot find the footage anywhere, so it must have been deleted. Maybe I named it the wrong thing. I only have the footage of submitting 2 of these 3 SBCs for Mendy, but they are the 2 more expensive ones. So you can see the reds that I used in these, and the other players from within my club, so like Footmas, Cavani, etc. And then on the bench, you can see the players that I used in the other part, basically. So I used Longley. I ended up using Marcelo I bought for the Real Madrid part. I remember that one. And so if you take away, obviously, the opportunity cost of all my untradables, I think Mendy cost you between 250 and 300k if you had nothing in your club. I think he cost me between 50 and 75k. Which I was very, very happy paying because I feel like he's going to be one of the best, if not the best left back in the game. Until team of the season, probably. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do him. Whilst it may seem expensive for a left back, for me, that is definitely a worthy investment. And so I went about, and at this point, I literally gutted my club, right? You thought it was empty for Messi. This wiped out... well, Messi wiped out all my tradables. Mendy wiped out all my untradables, other than, I think, Ramos. That was it. So, I don't really have anything left in my club at this point, but that is high rated or would be worth anything if it was tradable. So, Mendy was expensive in terms of the stuff that I had in my club, but as I say, I feel like it was definitely a worthy investment. So, the plan was to go with him, then get Road to the Final Militao next to him, because Militao was my favourite centre-back in the game last year. I thought he was the best. Road to the Final Militao is absolutely amazing and has come down in price massively. So I wanted to get him, and I also wanted to get ter Stegen in net, who, when I play against him, is the best keeper in the game. I love Alisson this year, and I think he's absolutely unreal. However, I do think ter Stegen is better. So the plan, Alisson is obviously untradeable, but sell Van Dijk and be able to afford Road to the Final Militao. That was the very, very simple gist of it. All my untradables have basically gone. All of my tradables have pretty much gone. We've got another set of Footmas SBCs that come out as well, though, that change my mind. So, Renato Sanchez. These were my last few untradables. John McGinn, etc. put in. Then I bought Bonucci and I bought some of the other players in that team because it only cost me probably about 20k. 25k to get the Renato Sanchez. But I played against him, and I also have read and seen and heard reviews on him, and everyone says he's absolutely sick. So this weekend league, I'm going to be using him and trying him out, and I really hope that he's good. The next step was to get ter Stegen, and that took me down to 328,000 coins. So at this point, I was roughly 230,000 coins away from Militao with rewards to come. So I was going to use Ramos most likely this weekend if I could not afford that Militao, because obviously he's untradeable and he's still going to be a world-class defender. Ter Stegen I now have hopefully the best goalkeeper in the game, along with that Renato Sanchez with a shadow at CDM, hopefully going to be unreal. Looks like a very, very tidy player, so I'm very excited to use him. And when this video goes live, potentially, I will most likely be streaming using him, so hopefully you can check that out. You now get to see my trash FUT Champs rewards. However, by selling all of those, and by selling everything else on my transfer list, and any of non-rares in my club that went for 450 coins or more, I basically have nothing in my club at this point. It is pretty much barren. There's a couple of pages of non-rares, but rares, tradable, I don't have any. Right? But it doesn't matter, because we managed to get ourselves road to the final Militao, who looks like an absolute animal. So, this is the Road to Glory update of dreams, basically. We've made some massive, massive changes to our squad over the last 2 weeks, and I really wanted to give you an update so that if you haven't been able to tune into the streams, obviously over Christmas and everything like that, a lot of people are very busy, so I thought this was perfect timing for an update video to show you guys how everything looks. This is the team in-game, Renato and Idrissa as our CDMs. Neymar cam behind Messi striker, honestly incredible. And also this weekend I will 100% be recording all my games, and I will be getting a highlights video out to you on Tuesday is the plan. So hopefully you can tune into that one. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did enjoy it, thumb it up, subscribe if you're new, follow us on Twitch for daily streams, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.